Can I tell you something? I love that you and we both enjoy luxurious experiences. I love that. And you know what else I love? I love the side effects of the Save the Good Girl podcast, which is whenever you glisten. I love that. I love that for you. Welcome to the Save the Good Girl podcast, everybody. For those who are new, welcome, boo. Welcome to your first luxury listening experience. You are listening to the SOE episode. SOE stands for Shot of Erica. And Shot of Erica is just like your shot of green juice, tequila, or espresso. It gets you exactly where you need to be in a short period of time. And I do the same exact thing for your mind. These episodes are no more than 20 minutes, so it's perfect for any breaks that you have during the day. And in this episode, we are going to talk about the manifestation solo staycation or manifestation solo vacation. I actually did both. So a few years ago, actually, I went to the Bahamas, and that was my first solo vacation. And it was an unexpected trip. And fortunately, I booked that trip because I was burnt out during that time. I was extremely stressed out at work. I was going through a lot personally. I was just not in a good space. And I felt like I needed to do something, and I needed to do something fast. During that time, I was going to the doctor. She was like, Erica, you're really stressed. You are stressed. To the point where she had to give me a note for me to not go to work. And I said to myself, okay, even though I was supposed to be home chilling and relaxing, which I was, but I was like, if I'm going to be home from work, I might as well go on a vacation. Not stay home, but let me look for a trip. So no lie, I was thinking about going away for that whole weekend. And that Monday, I decided to go to the Bahamas. I was doing a lot of research, and I was like, you know what? I want to go to the Bahamas. I really want to just be and just enjoy. I found a really great resort. I was doing all this research for 2 days. And what I was looking for was a resort that had really great reviews, wonderful views, beautiful beach, good food, activities, shuttle service, all of that. So I wanted to make sure I had really great access to it all. And I finally decided on a beautiful resort on Monday. Do you know when I booked my flight? Wednesday. I gave myself 2 days to pack, and I was out. Now, could I have invited friends? Sure. But to be honest, I actually really wanted to be alone. Now, with my job, I was traveling a lot for work, and I was traveling solo all the time. 80% of my year was traveling, right? But it is very different when you're traveling for work and when you're traveling for leisure. So traveling for work, I had an agenda, I had work to do. When I was coming back to the hotel, I was still working. So I didn't have time to think. I didn't have time to be. This was I'm really traveling for myself. So I made sure that my transportation was great. I made sure that all the things that I packed was going to be really supportive in what I wanted to do, which was relax and just have everything at my accessibility. So I packed my journals. I packed a really great book to read. I packed a really good perfume. I packed all of my outfits that I wanted to wear. I packed my gratitude journal. I packed just different magazines. I believe I packed, I just had ideas of me praying in the water. I had all these thoughts of things that I wanted to do. So I had all of this ready to go, had my transportation ready for me, got to the resort, and it was just breathtaking. As soon as I got in there, the customer service was just amazing. And even though it was a solo vacation at the time, I was by myself, but I didn't feel like I was, because you meet so many people when you travel alone. That's one of the benefits of doing solo vacations, because you are opening yourself up to a lot of opportunities. You're doing things you never thought you would do. You're doing things out of your comfort zone. And all of those things is what I was doing during that trip. I met wonderful people. They all knew my room number, and it was like, Erica, what time are you going to dinner? Erica, what time are you? And I'm like, girl, I'm here to chill, But I did enjoy the days where I was like, I'm staying in bed until 2 o'clock today. because that's what I feel like doing. Or I'm going to be in the shower and listen to my music. And during that time, Mary J. Blige, I don't know, like she was my girl during that trip. Every trip I have like someone that I cling to. Mary J. Blige she was like on rotation during that trip. The latest trip that I went to in Jamaica was Joyce Rice. Like I love her music as well. But Mary J. Blige, she was on it. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And I went by the water and I just listened to my music and I wrote in my journal and I prayed by the water and I had really good food and I took my time and I did the activities and I got my margaritas and I did my massages. I did go to the different beaches. I did do excursions. Like it was just great. And I love that even though I was alone, I did love that the people that I met, we kind of like formed our community and I met other solo travelers. So it was like we had our own little group and I liked it because I didn't know them. So the conversations were fresh and it was new and it was just invigorating. And I had people take my pictures. I had people take my pictures. Like, girl, take my picture. Like, I look cute today. Thank you. So it was really, really great. And I told myself that every year I was going to do a solo trip. Then, 2020 happened and just shut everything down, right? So I still want to do that though, because I think solo traveling is phenomenal. There's so many things that I learned about myself, so many things that I learned when I was reading my books that I was reading and writing. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like all these revelations of life happened when I was on that trip. And then, like I said, 2020 happened and, I couldn't really live up to my every year thing, but it is something I want to do again. So this year, fast forward to this year. This year, I had a lot of plans for my birthday. And as we know, sometimes we have plans and it does not work out. But what I've realized is when one thing goes wrong, 10 things will go right. Yeah, like one thing can go wrong, but 10 things will go right. Like God finds a way to support the madness. He's like, I got you, because I already knew this was going to happen. So it's okay. So I had a couple of plans for my birthday. They kept falling through. And I'm like, so I am an organized, plan in advance, look everything up, type A, personality type of girl. Okay. So I don't mind spontaneity, but when it comes to my birthday, I'm pretty organized when it comes to that. And I don't have any expectations for anybody to plan anything for me. So I had all these plans and it just kept falling through. So I'm like, what is going on? So of course, while I'm in it, I'm frustrated, but I had to quickly shift my energy because I had to record. I was doing a live that week. I had to do my blog posts. Like, I take my energy very seriously when it comes to this microphone. I don't know who's listening, who's going to be encouraged, and I need to make sure my energy is good, okay? So I was like, nah, I gotta record, I gotta take care of this, and you know what, whatever, it will figure itself out. I don't know at this point, like, I don't know what to do. So my friend actually found a really nice resort and spa in Connecticut, and we did go. I am from New York, so Connecticut was about 2.5 hours away. So we did this like resort and spa, and it was beautiful. And I told my friend, like, my birthday this year was the hottest day of the summer so far was on my birthday. So all I really wanted was like views and a pool. That's it. I wasn't traveling this year, so I wasn't in the beach. So I'm like, I just want a pool. I just want views. I just want something good to eat, my friends, my family, and I'm good. Like, that's all I wanted. So when she found the resort and spa, I'm like, all right, cool. They got the views, they got a pool. I'm happy. Like, just have to dip my body in that water. Okay. So we did do that, and I really had a great time. And on my way there is when I was writing my blog post about birthday reflections and lessons and projections. And that's when I realized that I do not hold on to joy during my birthday. Like, I really want to change how I view my birthdays, because all I think about is what I don't have or what I didn't do. It's just lack. And I want to invite abundance into my life. So I want to change it up. So I had a chance to enjoy the ride, and it was sunny, and I wrote my blog post, like different pieces of my blog post. We got there, and then I said in my head, I kind of want a lobster roll. And then boom, what did I get? A lobster roll. It was there. So I just felt like, ooh, a lot of these things that I'm thinking about is happening, right? So my friend also, which I love, thank you so much, Kyla, for what you did, girl. You are so amazing. But she is a wonderful property manager in New Jersey, and she was able to really help facilitate a stay for me. And I just wanted a pool. I just wanted a view. So she was like, hey, I know it's not like, we're not traveling, but they do have a pool and they do have a view. I'm like, sis, you know what? I'm sold. So after I did the Connecticut stay, and after the Connecticut stay, I did go out with my friends. We had a couple of drinks, and that was nice. And then they had like you know how they have the sparklers? They come out like woo to give you drinks. They have bubbles. Let me just tell you something real quick. I love bubbles. I love sparkles. I love neon. I just like, I feel like a little girl. Like, I love bubbles. I was so excited for the bubbles. So came home, enjoyed myself. So the next day I had to pack. And as I'm packing, I'm like, you know what? I want to make this trip a manifesting trip. I'm going to be by myself, and I want to have everything that I need to ensure a smooth time. And what is that for me? All of my body stuff, my toiletries. The scent that I was going for was tropical, because even though I wasn't tropical, I'm going to create a tropical vibe. So I had like vanilla and coconut scents. That was it. I just wanted vanilla and coconut. So I had like a coconut and vanilla body spray, a coconut and vanilla perfume. I had a vanilla shimmer mist, and I had like a coconut body butter. So it was just it just smells so good. It just smells so good. So I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. So I packed all my clothing, my toiletries. I packed my gratitude journal, my word book, and my regular journal, and my speaker, because I'm like, I need to have a good vibe, my music, my skincare routine, my mask, all of that. Chargers, so I can make sure I'm charged up, because, I got to make sure I have that content, So I did all of that, and when I drove to the location, I love night rides during the summer. So I was actually really grateful to drive at night with the breeze and my music, and I didn't mind the traffic. Like, everything was just fine for me. I'm listening to like really, really great songs, and I'm enjoying the ride. So when I got there, the room was absolutely beautiful. I had a 2-bedroom luxury apartment, kitchen, fully furnished, just gorgeous. I loved it. So the next morning I went to the pool, and it was gorgeous. And thankfully the lifeguard, she was like, girl, it gets really busy in the afternoon, so if you really want to just be by yourself, I would suggest you just go to the pool now, because I was fully dressed, ready to go and just have some coffee and just chill. She's like, yeah, come back to the pool if you want to do it now. So that's what I did. And when I was in the pool, it's just something about water. I feel free with water. I don't feel anxious around water. I don't feel negative near water. I feel like none of these things exist when I'm in the water. I feel very hopeful. I feel very excited. So I took the opportunity to pray. I took the opportunity to thank God for where I am, because, I kept saying I wanted a view and a pool, and he gave it to me. And of course it wasn't the way I thought, but it was better than I expected, And I thought about my life, like, what if that's just your life, Erica? Like, what if things don't happen the way you think, but it is going to be better than you ever dreamed of? And I've been holding on to that, and I've been saying that a lot. Like, we can get the life that we've always wanted. We just have to believe it. And grief it just fractured my belief system. So I'm at this place where I'm really working on my belief system to believe that I can get all the things that I want, and I will get all the things that I want. So while I was in the pool, I was manifesting, I was praying, I was talking to God, I was saying affirmations. I am happy. I am healthy. I am going to meet the love of my life. My career is going to explode. I'm going to be successful doing the things that I love. And I was in a pool by myself. And now, mind you, I said I wanted to be by myself in the water, and I was. And it was great. And I had my speaker, and I had my portable charger, and I was vibing out. I was in a pool from 10:30 until 2:30. And then after that, I'm hungry. I ordered my Uber Eats because I did not feel like rushing to get dressed. I had the food delivered right to my door, and I just felt really, really good. And after I ate, I decided that I wanted to write. And I was just writing in my journal, just thinking about the things that I want in this life and really thinking like, you can get it. In addition to my birthday, which I had the birthday reflections, one of the projections was I need to work on my belief system. And I think that when you're doing a manifestation solo staycation, it's really about intent. Your intention. What do you want? And how are you going to be when you're at your manifestation solo staycation? That means that every thought process needs to be monitored. When you're there, just taking it in. Like I sat in the living room in silence, just looking around. I was in the bathroom. I was thinking about my home, my dream home. What kind of home would I like? What do I want for Save the Good Girl? The success that I want from it. What do I want to do with Save the Good Girl? All the additional things that I would love to do. A lot of products I would love to come out for you guys. Like just a lot, right? My creativity, I want it to flow. So I just want to encourage you. If you ever was thinking about doing a solo vacation or a solo staycation, I encourage you to do it. I encourage you. I know it might sound a little scary, but you can start with a staycation, maybe a few towns over or a next city over. For me, it was another state over, and it was great. I enjoyed it so much. And when you're doing these staycations or a vacation, make it a manifestation one. Think about what you want. Think about some things you're struggling with, actually. That would really help, because then you could kind of help break that barrier. Like, I realized that I had an issue with my belief system when I was journaling. There's so many benefits to journaling. I do have an episode about guess what I found in my journal, so make sure you guys check that out. It's so good. And also wonderful blog post on SaveTheGoodGirl.com. 5-star. 5-star blog post. But I learned while writing that my belief system is fractured, and this all happened with me experiencing grief. So this work I know that I have to do, but I'm just thinking to myself, like, what is the difference between me and the next person getting what they want? What is the difference? Why can't I get what I want? So this trip was extremely intentional. Every minute and every moment of that time was intentional. I manifested in the pool. I manifested when I was in a shower. I manifested when I was eating. I manifested before I went to sleep. I was writing in my journal. I was saying what I would like. I was saying affirmations to myself, trying to encourage myself. And let me tell you, it felt great. It felt great. So I encourage you, if you're thinking about it, I encourage you to start small with the solo staycation, or you could do a vacation and pack everything that you need. Any book you were thinking about reading, any songs you like, make a playlist, like make it fun. Have a nice scent that you're into, look up some restaurants you want to try, get your cute outfits on, and just do it and just go. And then you're really going to learn a lot about yourself. It's really going to be you on you time. And just think about it, like, what is stopping me from getting the life that I want? This is the question I'm asking myself. So I'm sharing this with you guys because based on the fact that I said I wanted a pool and a view and I got it, based on the fact that I said I wanted to be in a pool by myself and I was by myself. So I think about, if I can say those things and it happens, what about everything else? What am I afraid of? Am I dreaming big enough? That's another big question that I've asked myself this year. Are my dreams big enough? Am I thinking a little too small? Am I too scared even with my own, goals and dreams? Like, what is going on? I need to really dream big. I know that sounds cliche, but I want to dream big, and I want you to dream big. So I would love for you guys to let me know what you think about this. Would you do a manifestation solo staycation? Would you do a manifestation solo vacation? And if so, did you find that the tips that I shared, was it really helpful? Was it helpful? And as I've mentioned, what is stopping us from getting the life we deserve? Nobody but us. And I believe we can get it. And always remember, when one thing goes wrong, 10 things will go right. We need to have this time for ourselves, and I know we could do it. I had a wonderful time, and I want you to have one too. Thank you so much for listening to the Save the Good Girl podcast. I cannot wait to talk to you guys next week. Have a wonderful week, and let me know if you're doing that manifestation, solo, staycation, or vacation. I can't wait to hear about it.